you're doing what God has told you to do, all that worry and stress that some of y'all have on you will fall off. But you got to know that whatever you're going through right now, whatever it may be, that it is God's plan. He already knew. And if he already knew, then he's already given you a way to escape and get out of it, or it's a lesson that you need to learn and you need to hold on to it, because when you hold on to the lessons, you ain't trying to do it again. So everybody that's repeating stuff in their life, guess what? Get the lesson. When you get the lesson, you stop repeating. You might get a new lesson, but you stop repeating old lessons, old habits. And also look into your generation. Generational curses are real, everybody. So if I'm being an imposter, guess what happened? I'm sure that I had a lot of imposters in my family. So I'm repeating history. We got to stop doing that. We keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and talking about, Lord, nothing's working. It ain't working because you ain't figured out how to stop doing it. And when you get real with you and allow God to talk to you, allow God to just move you, allow God to break you down. I'm going to tell you, the best thing ever is to be broken by God and then put together again. Because when he puts you back together, you have a whole different outlook, a whole different mindset. The way you feel and the things you do are different. And then you can have a genuine, unconditional love for the people that God put in your life and that he places around you. Everything is about being able to be you. So at the end of the day, are you an imposter, or are you hoarding somebody else's gifts? And if those two have a yes, then you need to take inventory of you and ask the Lord, who am I, Daddy? Who did you create me to be? Who did you create me to be? And when he starts speaking to you and telling you about you, like the woman at the well, he came to her, asked her for some water. She bugging out. He tells her about who she is and all that she's done. And what does she do? She go and she become an evangelist. Why? Because God told her who she really was in him. Not her sin, but who she was in him, who she is called to be. So he didn't focus on the sin. It's the same thing with Simonette. I didn't focus on the sin, but what I could give her was unconditional love. I can give her the things that I was given growing up. I can show her how to be somebody different. And even when you don't feel like doing the right thing, do the right thing. It pays off. At the end of the day, I just want the Lord to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. And regardless of how anything else turns out, if I'm being who I'm supposed to be, guess what happens? Every time you walk somewhere, every time you go somewhere, who you really are is who people see. And that's who people gravitate to, not the imposter. A lot of y'all, anybody with imposter syndrome, know a lot of people ain't messing with you. You ain't messing with other imposters. So if that's you, all I'm going to ask you to do before tonight's over with, before the week is over with, sit down with God and take a true inventory of yourself. Because don't be like the Jewish boys. When Satan came to them and said, Paul, I know, Jesus, I know, but who are you? You don't ever want Satan to be questioning who you are. When he comes to you or his friends are in anywhere within your vicinity, anywhere around you, they already know, oh, I can't mess with that. That got Jesus anointing on her. All right, he's a Jesus child. I can't deal with him. And I'm telling you all, it happens every time. Anytime I go somewhere, if something's not right and I'm going in the place, the atmosphere is going to shift. Why? Because I'm going in with all the confidence that I know wherever it is that my foot treads, that the Lord has sent me there. And whatever's going to go down, I'm ready for battle, always ready for war. I don't care what's happening. If it got to go down, it's going to go down. But in the end, God is going to get victory. We're going to win and we're going to keep it moving. And whatever Daddy says for me to do, I'm going to do it unapologetic. I'm going to make it happen. So all I want to say is to everybody, one, all the speakers that were on here tonight, I was trying to contain myself because everything that God had been speaking to me about, each one took a piece of it and definitely expanded on it. So I know that's my confirmation and affirmation that God is saying, this is what is supposed to be happening. This is what's supposed to go down. This is how you're supposed to move. And when you're doing that, God is always going to let you win. He's always going to let you win. No matter what's going on, he's always going to let you win. I'm watching Simone and a lot of other young ladies that are connected to me. I'm a mother of 2 boys. I probably got about 100 girls that I am the second mother to. But I birthed 2 boys and I got about 100 young women that I have been sitting here and just regurgitating and feeding them the things of God and having that real talk. Why? Because sometimes in order for you to move forward, you got to be out of your comfort zone and you got to be willing to allow God to move in you and be transparent.